Welcome to the Stonebridge Jail. Do you have business with the incarcerate?
I've come to a decision on the Krug.
I will enact whatever outcome you deem appropriate. Please enunciate carefully.
He's no Krug, he's a human. He should be released and given the full rights and protections of a legal citizen.
Very well. The Krug will be set loose and monitored for his protection, until he has integrated with the city or been stoned to death by angry mobs.
They sure do throw rocks awful hard.
I wasn't certain that the Legion had truly returned, but after witnessing your resolution of the plight of the oppressed Krug proletariat, it caused a great imbalance in my sanguine humors. Fairly had me bursting with them. Now then, we have much to accomplish. Shall we get started?
What in the world are you talking about?
Oh my, do forgive me, I mistook you for a collegium man. I meant only that it made me proud, whilst at the same time risking distempers of the blood. Now then, much to do, much to do. Shall we be off?
What do you mean by we have much to do? Who exactly are you?
Yes, we. First person plural, in this case collective. I could lend you this excellent book on grammar.
Tak, zapomina się.
I'm forgetting my manners. I am Reinhart Manx, scholar, inventor, and sartorial adventurer. I have degrees in advanced thaumaturgical studies and non-Goblinian geometry. Naturally, I also have a grounding in the classics, but more importantly to you, I am descended from the Grand Mage Merrick, a legionnaire through and through.
That would make him the last of Merrick's line. He must have great potential as a mage.
Well, needless to say, it's been my dream to reunite with other children of the 10th Legion. Second only to the dream of a thaumaturgical waistcoat that can change its color and cut to match the latest season's fashions.
How have you lived in Stonebridge all this time? I thought this town had a bad history with the Legion.
Had I trumpeted my lineage, we would have seen democracy in action. The ballot would have been whether I would be lynched or dissected, but still... I used to dream that the Legion would rise up from the ashes. But I also dream of square circles, so make of that what you will. The people of Stonebridge may have committed a terrible crime against the Legion, but I think it's time to forgive and rebuild.
Forgiveness is an old virtue of the Legion. I'd say your heart is in the right place.
In all my studies of time, I found that you can coil it, twist it, bend it, but it always unwinds the same way. Hatred can't undo the past, so why hold a grudge? Why bother defending Ebb if you can't accept that its people will make mistakes? And of course, forgiveness facilitates the open exchange of ideas. It's hard to have a symposium with a lynch mob.
If you have Legion blood, why didn't you join us at the gathering?
Oh, you mean the invitation calculated to lure all the Legion descendants into one place? You must be joking. That was obviously a trap. One would have to be suicidal, or at least a great buffoon, to walk into that sort of setup. Oh my, do forgive me. I should have realized. I meant no offense. But in any case, no, I regretfully declined when that letter arrived.
We need everyone in the Legion to join forces. Are you with us?
Am I with you? Does the thaumaturgical constant Q trend towards infinity for given values of the human soul? The answer is yes, by the way. The Legion needs to stand together, lest we fade into memory. So without
To
further
chyba już
ado,
ostatni
let's be
członek
off.
drużyny. Dobra, chodźmy do naszego sędziego.
I should thank you for resolving the matter of the Krug. Such a small issue, but it required an outside voice.
Do you have another problem for me to mediate?
Yes, I do. Baron is a wealthy landowner with a claim to many parcels of land here in town. He wants to charge rent to Hans. Hans has an equally compelling claim to the plot of land. Mudgutter informs me it's a case of eminent domain versus original acquisition. With the court deadlocked, both have agreed to let you settle their dispute. I'll have them meet you at the chapter house.
O ran, ja pamiętam chyba to.
Ah, the envoy from the Legion. Is this...
I won't take any more.
Indeed. And
A Ron chyba nic nam nie powie więcej. Wolfa nie widzę, pewnie jest gdzieś na zewnątrz. O!
You'll have my vote. It's the others who will need convincing.
During the council meeting, you said something about the dapper old gent.
Understand, what I tell you now must be held in the strictest confidence. For a great many years, Stonebridge has been haunted by a most elusive villain. He appears out of thin air, wherever and whenever he likes. Confounds my constables at every turn. Even the automatons, mind you.
Czy macie też żywych?
Does this man have a proper name?
Only a few witnesses have seen him, but they all say that he's exquisitely dressed, an elderly gentleman of quality. Someone started calling him the dapper old gent. The name stuck.
What crimes has he committed?
Theft, sabotage, wanton destruction of city property. Lately, his schemes have taken a sinister turn. Less thieving and more mayhem. Almost as if he hates Stonebridge and all its people. All the scoundrels of the city worship him. They serve him as eyes and ears.
You employ automatons as town constables?
Indeed. They're disciplined, tireless, and they follow orders without question. Far better than the lazy lugs that we used to employ. When I finally won the first constable's chair, I sacked a lot of them. Ah!
Enough about the gent for now.
Right. Something else.
We'll talk again.
Capital.
Aha, czyli są tam ci dwaj na początku. Oj, kurde! Ale mnie przerzucił. Do, kruga już nie ma? Chyba nie.
Poor thing wasn't a krug at all, just a terribly ugly man. It's good that he was set free. Can't jail a man for frightening children.
Dobra, zaraz. Zadanie. Okej, coś jest chyba nie tak. Nie, nie to. Kurde. Porozmawiaj z Hans. A, w kapitularze. No, chyba sobie je robicie. Muszę iść całą drogę. I najgorsze jest to, że nie mogę od razu przebiec. Muszę czekać, aż się otworzą. O, one się tu już otwierać. Wymień sobie płytę. O, już się wleźli tutaj, cholery jedne.
They're here. I'm Hans. This is Baron. We have a disagreement, and we decided we'd abide by whatever decision you make.
Indeed. Years ago, the Legion settled disputes, and Hans and I have a conundrum that Stonebridge law can't resolve.
We have a moment to listen to your dispute. Since you're both willing to abide by the decision, we'll mediate as best we can.
I purchased a parcel of land 15 years ago, and have been selling my wares for ages. The Baron here tells me I owe him rent.
You see, I bought large tracts of land back in the days of the farmer. Hans was taken by a charlatan. I certainly didn't authorize the sale.
Yes, well, you did nothing to stand up for your claim to the land. After endless talk with the barristers, we are still deadlocked.
Hans, can you explain why exactly you think your claim is stronger than the Baron's?
My purchase to the land was vetted and signed by the city of Stonebridge. They failed to research the land's original ownership. But even so, I can claim the right of eminent domain. I've used the land for over 10 years, with no argument from the original owner. I feel terrible that the Baron's land was sold out from under him, but he had ample time to correct this mistake.
Coś mi się tutaj słyszy nasze sprawy czasami. Że urzędnicy rzekomo nic nie wykryli w ziemi, że można się spokojnie zasiedlić, czy tam coś innego zrobić, a po kilku latach okazuje się, że gówno, że muszą zapłacić kary, ludzie muszą pozamykać, bo się nie nadaje to miejsce, bo tam coś innego będzie szło.
Baron, tell me more about your claim to the land.
By right of original acquisition, the law says the land is mine. I bought it first. Sure, it was human lifetimes ago, but first is first. I am an old goblin, so years pass like months for me. I didn't notice Hans had set up shop and claimed my land as is until recently. I think I'm being fair. He owes me rent for the last several years, and if he wants to stay, he needs to keep...
I see. The laws are indeed at an impasse here, but I've come to a decision.
So what will it be? Is the land indeed mine, or does this human get to claim it?
A co tam?
The land wasn't Hans's to buy, but the Baron did nothing to protect his claim. You must divide the property or buy out the other's stake.
I guess that's about as fair a ruling as you could make. Also a coward's decision. But I said I'd honor it, so I will.
I can't fit my shop on half of that parcel, but I suppose I should be happy for anything. Thank you for taking the time to arbitrate this.
A deal is a deal. Hans, let's go figure out which half is yours and which is mine. Hopefully we don't need someone to arbitrate that.
I tak niezadowoleni. Tak to byłby jeden niezadowolony, a tak obydwoje. No ale po części są też zadowoleni. Po części tak pół na pół.
Please do not litter or excrete in alleyways.
Jakbym ja mógł śmiecić. O, zresztą tu są śmieci. Czemu to jest nieposprzątane? Tu jest śmieć. Czemu nie jest posprzątane?
Did you hear? The foundry's gone silent, and no...
Please do not litter or excrete in alleyways.
No nie, chyba sobie jaja robicie. Przynajmniej przez te drzwi mogę przebiec od razu.
Half a human generation has gone by without the Legion here to settle disputes. At last, that tradition returns to Stonebridge. I know you have evil to smite, so it means a lot to me and to the city that you can take time for the little things. Here's a little something for your efforts. Now be careful out there.
No, to chyba wszystko. Mogę się zająć już ważniejszymi rzeczami. Tu mamy zbroję. Coś ciekawego. O, zbroję i broń. Nic. Tyle beczek, a ja nie mogę ich zniszczyć.
Not so fast, Legionnaire. None shall pass this gate without the express authorization of the wise and beneficent...
Meister Castle asked us to end the work stoppage in the foundry.
I apologize. I do not comprehend the terms work stoppage, general strike, or free will. I will let you pass now. In the future, we will avoid this topic of conversation. Enjoy your time in the foundry.
Okej. Czyli też się zdaje, że te klopy miały zdecydowanie prawo robić strajk.
Can I interest you in a lightly used stray cat as a memento of your time in Stonebridge?
O, to było dobre. Tutaj jest też dobry handel kotami, jak widać.
Did you hear? The foundry's gone silent, and no one
Tak,
knows why.
słyszałem. 24 godziny na dobę to słyszę. Pierścienie... Coś ciekawego? No tutaj głównie można potracić kasę i to dość szybko. A, już noszę pierścień. Głupotę zrobiłem. Zapomniałem, że noszę.
I hate being short. What crimes are punishable by a stretch on the rack?
O, to jest dobre. O! Dobra. Jeden zrobię z tym, z katakombami. O, jest. Zgaduję, że to prosto. Tak. Aha, już 2 zadania.
Hey, got a second? See, I built this automaton, and it might have gone into a bloodthirsty frenzy of
ale oczy wielkie.
maybe. If you could do me a favor, I figure it'd be in everyone's best interest if it got smashed up without involving the local authorities. Last thing I need is to have the Sweatcog brand name lose its immaculate reputation for safety.
Ja myślałem, że to takie małpki. Nie pamiętam nazwy, ale one też mają takie olbrzymie oczy, ale ten facet ma największe.
Can't you just shut it off?
Oh, I thought of that. Problem is, I thought of that after I built the construct. So, the only off switch it's got involves smashing it.
What sort of name is Sweatcog?
Engineering is 10% innovation, 20% math, and 80% perspiration. Sweatcog is a proud name. Don't
Tylko się pytam.
We'll take care of it. Just tell us where it is.
Excellent. You'll find the automaton on the
Oh,
other
yeah.
side of town. Just try to deal with it before it causes too much trouble. If you stop it, come on back and I'll pay you for your efforts.
Oh, już mi się to nie podoba. Gdzie mam iść? No bez jaj. Po drugiej stronie miasta. Chyba tutaj. Mam nadzieję. O! Nie lubię z nimi walczyć. Są mi dupę równą. A jeszcze będzie ich więcej. Po co mi kiedyś tędy, jak moja droga była szybsza? Zrozum tutaj.
Good work, my friends. I'll need to remember to install a safety switch on my next
Na
construct.
pewno.
Here's your payment. Now, something's been bothering me. Nothing in my schematics would have allowed for hostile tendencies. I think someone tampered with my construct. I don't have any rivals that hate me that much, but I have had quite a few parts go missing.
We can look into the matter for you.
All I ask is that you keep an eye out for any of the automaton parts that have gone missing. If you find such a construct, kindly bring me back some parts. Simple enough. Well, thanks again. Take care.
Znowu? Czy po prostu inne zadanie mi się uruchomiło? Tak. Aha.
Ah, good. I thought I'd find you here. I heard the Legion was back in town and I've been scouting in order. You see, I've been archiving the history of the 10th Legion in Stonebridge. A sad history, to be sure, but my research...
Ja mam trochę podobne, ale nie aż tak wielkie, tak grube.
Go on. What kind of research do you mean?
I've studied the event of the local Legion's demise, the riots. I've kept track of many looters and killers that profited on that day. Some who looted the chapter house proudly displayed their ill-gotten gains, showing off stolen Legion property to house guests. Such arrogance. Well, I have kept track of these pompous criminals, especially the ones who insisted they'd be buried with their trophies.
You spent all this time investigating the Legion's rightful properties. We're in your debt. Where are these artifacts?
I, for one, respect what the Legion did for our kingdom. I'm just doing my part to honor their memory. I've assembled a list of graves that should contain stolen property. Problem is, the crypts have become too dangerous of late. Here, take my notes. Unless the thieves have started looting coffins at random, you should be able to recover the stolen items.
A shame no one confronted these looters while they lived. But at least we can recover what they took.
Dobra. Tak, z 10 Legionu. Na pewno pisało. Ale ciemno.
Here are the stolen automatons. But where are they being sent, and why?
Zane w trumnach? No bez jaj.
A gang of thieves. Mudguard was right.